if you're watching this, thank you so much. This is only my second video, so I apologize if things aren't edited super well or if I'm not very fast-paced or entertaining. But all I can do is try, so here we go. Okay, so on this channel, I am just starting out, but I want to share casual, fun, easy games for anyone who's trying to branch out to different categories of gaming, for people who are super into cozy games or low stress games, two-player games that aren't super difficult so you can play them with anybody, games that go on sale pretty often that you can get a good deal on, or games that are budget friendly. Today I wanted to share 5 easy and casual two-player games for any gaming level. So literally you can pick them up with anybody, or if you're not like a super gamer person like me and your husband or spouse or friend is, then these are also games that will still entertain them, but they can carry you through the game, or there will be easier parts. The first game that I wanted to bring up was the We Were Here series. So I played this game like 2 or 3 years ago. We played like a little demo from it with like me and my husband did, and we loved it so much that we like played through the demo like 3 times to get every single thing like 100%. The We Were Here series, it's based solely on puzzles and working together. So it's just you and one other player, whoever you want to play with. And most of the time you're in 2 different locations. You have this puzzle that you both need to solve, and one of you either has like the key or solution to the puzzle, and then the other person is trying to solve the puzzle. So it's a lot about communication, and you have walkie-talkies where you have to talk to one another, but only one person can be talking at the same time, which is really frustrating, but it will definitely strengthen your communication as a friend or a couple. Some of the puzzles can be hard or stressful because you don't always understand what the other person is seeing. Explaining that to them is hard visually sometimes. I mean, if you really are struggling, you can always look it up online. So I love the story and style of this game. You both have to be giving 100%, and you learn to care about the 2 characters that you're playing. I think so far there's 4 games of it that have come out, and it follows the storyline of 4 people who are on this winter expedition, and they kind of get cut off from each other. So the 4 games are spanning over what happens to these people and the adventures that they go through. So it's definitely one that you need to start at the first one. And the first one is actually free, at least on Steam. You can bundle all of them if you really love them for like $40. Okay, the second one that I just started playing, I think like in November with my husband, is called Sackboy, A Big Adventure. We play it on Steam, and I know it's mainly on like Steam and the PlayStation. This one is so fun and so cute. It's kind of like Mario 3D World, if you've ever played that, or if you've seen gameplay from that. You can actually play up to 4 players. We've just been doing 2. You can customize your character, and there's like a bunch of different outfits that you can have. Right now my husband is playing a dinosaur, and I am this like witch thing, but it's a really low stress game, and it's a super fun world to play through. A lot of the characters are energetic and lovable. Some of the levels are even based off popular songs, so you'll like go through the level and then everything in the level will be like bouncing to the beat of the song. It's also really easy because you can technically play it 1 player. So if you play it 2 player, and if you die, like the game is really forgiving. Like there's checkpoints every 2 minutes where you can just respawn. It's really easy for you to be carried throughout this game, but still enjoy it and not stress about dying or like bosses or anything like that. The story of Sackboy is you're kind of this little cute Sackboy toy that is in this world of imagination and crafts, and there's this big bad guy trying to take down the world or whatever. And so basically the gist of the game is that you're going through all these different levels and worlds to get to that main bad guy to stop him from cutting off the imagination world. We haven't finished it yet, but just the variety of levels and worlds is really entertaining. This game's usually $60, but it goes on sale quite often, so I think we got it for around like 25-ish when it was on sale during Black Friday in November. So I would just like save this on your wish list to play. The third game is Unravel 2. This game you play as two little string dolls who are tied together throughout the whole story. The majority of the game is like on a 2D plane. Some of it goes 3D, but most of it is just like the 2D landscape that you're going through. So yeah, you're trying to like get over hurdles and solve puzzles while being tied together. Sometimes you're just like swinging from the other person trying to get to the other platform. The one thing I was not expecting from this game is like the storyline that's going on in the background. So you're playing as two string dolls in like the universe. You're going through just normal everyday areas, but like in the background, there's kind of this story going on between these two teenagers who are going through some difficult times. And so while you're like playing these two cute little string dolls, there's also this story going on between two people that gives a lot of sentimental value to the game. Makes you want to keep playing because you want to also figure out what's happening to these two people. Some parts of the game I felt like could be pretty challenging, but it's easy for one player, if they're a good gamer, to kind of take the lead and solve some of the puzzles. But it is a really cute and relaxing game. I got it for, I'm pretty sure, under $10 on the Nintendo Switch sale. It's usually $20. I'm sure Steam has some sales on it too. Okay, fourth one is one that you can do single player or two player. It's Luigi's Mansion 3, and this one is only on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's $60 to buy it. Sometimes it goes on sale for like 20-25% off. This one is one you'd have to be paying more for. So you play as Luigi. Basically, it's like any other Luigi's Mansion game, if you've ever seen any of those. You play as Luigi, but a couple of levels into the game, you get this side character that's Gooigi. And so it's basically this blob of Luigi that you can bring a second player in to play him to help you through the levels. Basically, it's just Luigi goes to this mansion. He's trying to defeat King Boo. And you go through 13 different themed floors to catch all of these different types of ghosts and eventually get up to King Boo, who you want to capture. The reason I love Luigi's Mansion is because it gives you that feel that you're like playing a spooky game, but it's like spooky cozy and it's not scary at all. This game is like no stress at all. Like, it's super easy to figure out the controls and to catch ghosts, and especially if you have another person helping you out at all times. This game is honestly just fun to go through the storyline, to explore the mansion, and the extra bonus things that you can do if you want to play through it and get like 100% on the game. Okay, and then the last game is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. This one I think is on most gaming platforms. I bought it on the Switch. It was, I think, on sale for under $5, and it's normally $15. The storyline is there's two brothers, and they're kind of going on this journey adventure to find a cure for their sick father. Honestly, the storyline is really emotional, and it can be a little dark at times to process things that are going on. But overall, it was a really memorable game, and the art throughout the game was so beautiful. I believe the story borrows a lot from Scandinavian mythology, a lot of mythology and creatures and kind of things that you fight or see that are particular to that mythology. So it's really cool world exploration, but also just to see kind of different stories about creatures that have been told and kind of dive into that in the story as well. The game wasn't super difficult. A lot of it is just figuring out puzzles together. One of the brothers is older and stronger, and then one of the younger brothers can like go through small areas. So kind of just based off the character that you want to play, they both have just their individual abilities that you'll use throughout the game. It's basically a lot of puzzle solving, but going through the story and the adventure is what's totally worth it. Highly recommend it, but the storyline is a little dark, so definitely look into what the storyline is and what the gameplay is to see if that's something that you would be prepared for. But I love the game. I'm glad that we had a chance to play it. Okay, that is my second video that I hope was edited or maybe just easier to digest than the first one. If you're watching this, thank you so much. Leave a like or subscribe as I'm trying to give myself motivation to keep making videos because I do really enjoy playing games that are casual and not stressful. And we'll see you next time for the next video game video that I will make that I have not thought of yet. Bye!